Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen. La sharika lahu wa bidhalika umirtu wa anna awwalul muslimin. My prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for God. He is the first that has commanded me to submit, and that I do. My morning devotion this morning is on fear, faith, and truth. No. I want you to hear me. Fear, faith, and truth. All of us are called to this mighty work. And when I say this mighty work, I mean God has endowed us with the spirit of faith. It is in that faith you're going to need to summon some truth and conquer your fear. I'm going to say that again. It is in that faith you're going to need to summon some truth and conquer that fear. I think about the Army slogan. I think about the NCO creed. I think about the Quran. The NCO creed says, I'm going to put the soldier's needs above my own. That is going to require some courage. That is going to require some faith. That is going to require that you stand in your truth, not worrying about consequences, not worrying about if people are going to like you, not worrying about your own advancement because you are doing the right thing. I think about the Army slogan now, people first. You see, when you're implementing people first, that's going to require some courage. That's going to require some courage from deep down in your spiritual soul, because sometimes you have to fight for people who can't fight for themselves. Most time you got to dream for people who can't dream for themselves. That's going to require some faith. That's going to require you standing in some truth. That's going to require you to overcome your fears. You know, the Holy Quran says, Innal insana li rabbihi lakanud. Surely man is disingenuous to his Lord. Oh, listen to what it's saying. Innal insana li rabbihi lakanud. Surely man is disingenuous to his Lord. Why does he make that statement? Because God has endowed you the life that you have. He has advanced you to the position that you're at. He has taken care of you when you weren't able to take care of yourself. So what right do you have to not stand in that truth, to not stand for soldiers who were just like you once upon a time, to not stand for truth when you yourself were in falsehood? You weren't worrying about those consequences then. You were just looking up, hoping somebody in your position with your stature would help you. Now, you see, you're shaking in your boots. You're worrying about consequences. You're worrying about being liked. Suppose the person that helped you was worrying about that. No, that person stood in truth. That person overcame their fears. That person had faith. We're talking about fear, faith, and truth. You see, God says, وَهَدَيْنَهُ نَجْدَيْنِ. I have shown man two highways. What are you talking about, God? Every day you're faced with fear. Every day you're faced with this impediments, or the interests of your faith. Oh, I gotta say that again. Every day you're faced with fear. Every day you're faced with a chance to be courageous. Every day you're faced with the opportunity to show your faith. But most of us, we take the easy road out of a difficult situation. That's not faith. Most of us choose the path that is less difficult. That's not faith. And then when it's time to stand for somebody other than yourself, you take the easy road That's not faith. We're talking about fear, faith, and truth. You see, fear is a distressing emotion that we all have. We can't get rid of that. But it's what you do after fear that embodies what you call faith. You see, fear is natural. Fear protects you. But if you allow that fear to overcome you, it destroys you. Oh man, I want you to listen to me this morning. If you allow something that is natural to you to overcome you, then it destroys you. Water is natural. Stay in the pool too long, you'll drown. Fire is natural. We needed to cook our food. Put your hand over the fire. It'll burn you. Sex is natural. Do it in the wrong way with the wrong person. It'll destroy you. So fear is natural. But if it overcomes you, it'll destroy you. Truth is inside you. It embodies who you are, but you choose not to tell it because you're worried about consequences. I didn't say be bombastic. I didn't say be disrespectful. I didn't say be insubordinate. This is not godlike. But it was a time when Moses went to Pharaoh and God told him, speak softly that he may understand. He didn't tell him not to go. He said, speak softly, speak with a soft tongue that he may understand. Moses went to Pharaoh and he said, let my people go. Sir, fear, faith, and truth. Put the soldiers' needs before my own ambition. Put the soldiers' needs before my own cowardice. Put the soldiers' needs before my own. That means you are a fighter and a truth teller for those who can't tell the truth for themselves. You are a fighter and a truth teller for those people who have not learned how to fight for themselves. They will learn to be good soldiers of God by your shining example. They will learn to be bad soldiers of God by your disingenuousness. Fear, faith, and truth. Wahadainahu Najadain. I have shown man two highways. Which one will you take, believer? Which one will you take, O men and women of God? The Quran says, tell the truth, even if it's against your own self. Why is this important as I conclude here? Truth purifies. Truth absolutely purifies. The Quran says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مِنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مِنْ دَسَّاهَا. It says that the person who purifies his soul will be successful. Because you ain't looking over your back, worrying about if your dirty deeds are going to come out. You ain't worried about somebody telling some deep, dark secret that you have in the closet. And then you could stand in truth for those people who need you because nobody has anything on you to blackmail you. But those people who corrupt their souls, you're always doing a tit for tat, trying to advance yourself on other people's lives. You're always doing a tit for tat. You can't really stand for nobody because you're worried about the dirt in your closet. You can't really stand for soldiers. You can't really stand for people in your faith, even though you have on the rank in the Constitution and the disposition and the position to stand for those people. But no. I don't want nobody not to like me. You see, God has put you in that position, brother. God has put you in that position, sister. So I'd admonish you this morning. I'd encourage you this morning to stand for those who have not learned to stand for themselves. Be an encourager for those who have not learned to encourage themselves. Dream for those who have not learned to dream for themselves. Fear, faith, and truth. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربي زدني علما. Oh God, give us the best of this world and the hereafter. Don't let our hearts deviate after you have guided us to the truth of your mercy and your courage. Increase us in knowledge and make us courageous men and women to speak truth to power, to speak truth to empower, to speak truth in life, to give people life. Peace and blessings. Fear Manillah, go in God's peace. Assalamu alaikum.